It's Friday, May 9th, 2014, and I'm Jim Sullivan with your NeoWeather.com video forecast. Taking a look at what's happening this morning, we have some clouds filtering in, still some sun making it through the clouds, especially in the eastern portions of Ohio. Temperatures starting out in the upper 60s, lower 70s, so it's a very warm start to the day. No rain or storms in Ohio, but there are some off to the west that will eventually get here later today. Taking a look across the entire country now, most of the action stretches from the Great Lakes south through the Mississippi Valley and into the Gulf Coast states where there are some showers and storms this morning. It's pretty warm across most of the eastern U.S. There is some colder air working into parts of the Rockies and Plains. That really won't be getting here anytime soon, fortunately. And there's a lot of energy in the western U.S. that's eventually going to move east and impact us to start next week. All right, coming back to Cleveland, looking at the numbers yesterday, we did 87 and 60, well above average. We missed the record high in Cleveland yesterday by 1 degree. Today's record's 88.29. No precip yesterday. We're running below normal on the monthly precipitation, near normal on the year, and we're going to set the sun at 8:13 tonight. All right, looking at pollen counts for today, tree pollen is what's going to continue to get you if you're sniffling and sneezing. Hopefully that comes down a little bit tomorrow with the rain we're expecting later today into tonight. A few mold spores and a couple of grains of grass noted as well, although those levels are still considered rather low. All right, so here's your forecast for today. Few showers could develop late morning into the afternoon, and then the chances for thunderstorms will gradually increase through the afternoon. I'm hoping we can hold off any widespread showers and storms until this evening. It's going to be a warm one again, highs near 80, not quite as warm as yesterday. And then tonight, better chances for rain and storms, lows in the low to mid 60s. And it will be quite breezy today, even outside of showers and storms. Gusts may at times exceed 40 or 45 miles an hour. All right, looking ahead at how things are expected to play out today, should stay dry until late morning, and then as we get to late morning, early afternoon, a little disturbance could kick off a couple of scattered storms, although I think that'll be about the extent of it until we get to later. Now, by the time we get to evening, the cold front starts approaching from the west, and a better disturbance moves overhead, which will probably fire some more widespread storms this evening and into tonight. I'm not expecting a severe outbreak today or tonight. Some of the stronger storms could produce some locally damaging winds. I think that'll be about the extent of it. The risk for tornadoes or hail larger than an inch is pretty low. Can't completely rule it out, but I think the best risk would be for a locally damaging wind gust or two with the stronger storms. That's about it, I think. Now, as we head through tonight, shower and storm chances continue, and the cold front doesn't completely go through tonight. It gets hung up just south of the lakeshore, so that means we're going to keep some shower and storm chances in the forecast for tomorrow, especially south of our lakeshore counties. All right, looking ahead on our big picture forecast charts now, you can see the cold air over the next day or so really just grazes Ohio, which is why the cold front doesn't really get too far to our south. Now, as we head into Mother's Day, we start getting another surge of warmth ahead of a system moving out of the west. So we're going to bring warmer temperatures back in for Mother's Day and definitely into early next week, but also some storm chances too. Now, as we get into Monday, this is a really warm air mass moving into Ohio on pretty much every forecast model. It's actually just as warm or slightly warmer than the air mass we had yesterday. So I expect temperatures to get well into the 80s early next week. And that sticks around into Tuesday. Now, as we head towards the middle and latter portions of next week, eventually some cooler air spills in. If you can note, this system up here is closed off. You can see the jet stream pretty much is going in a circle around it. So that means that it might be a little slower to move in than some of our models think. That's a pretty common problem once those systems become quote-unquote closed off. Either way, I think by later next week it will cool off. And as we look at the whole continent now here, next Thursday evening, you can see a northwesterly flow coming from Alaska into the upper Midwest. So that's probably going to keep below normal temperatures around through at least next weekend once they get in here next Wednesday or Thursday. All right, now here's all that on your 7-day. Tomorrow, scattered storms, especially south of our Lakeshore County. So, opening day at Cedar Point tomorrow might not be that bad. We might squeak in a completely dry day. Temperatures in the lower 70s tomorrow, and then we're dry tomorrow night and a little bit cooler, a little bit refreshing actually after the warmth we've had. And then we bring in more storm chances starting Sunday as a warm front lifts north on Mother's Day. And then Monday, Tuesday, very warm, low to mid 80s for highs. The only thing that might keep high temperatures from getting into the upper 80s like we saw yesterday is that I expect a few more storms to be around Monday and Tuesday than what we saw yesterday. It was completely dry yesterday. Now, eventually, a cold front crosses either Tuesday night or Wednesday. So we do gradually start cooling off for Wednesday and definitely by Thursday next week. And then we look to stay cool through next weekend. And there is at least some chance for frost at some point next weekend. It can still happen. If you remember last year, we had frost right at the end of May during Memorial Day weekend, so it's still definitely possible this time of year. So keep that in mind if you have any gardening or agricultural interests. All right, again, I'm Jim Sullivan. Thanks for watching. Check us out again tomorrow.